Let me tell you something, y'all. They're eating people. They're eating people. You don't have to come and confess. They looking for you. We gonna find you. Because they eating everybody out here. I just saw Ready or Not. And Ready or Not is Illuminate confirmed. And not only are they chasing everybody, they eating their people. They eating everybody out here too. I think that that's going down. You saw my video a year ago. They eating everybody out here. And if you've seen the Ice-T video, well, it's the Ice-T movie, the old VHS, Surviving the Game with Rutger Hauer and Gary Busey. Gary Busey trying to eat Ice-T, dog. They're hunting the plebes. Eli Roth, in an interview, said that he made Hostel because he heard they was really eating people. I think that that's going on. Now, they're not eating people in Ready or Not, but I think that it's almost at that level. The movie is completely Illuminate confirmed. And so, if you're not aware, this is why in 2002, hide and seek actually became one of the Olympic categories. There was a whole year in the 2002 Olympics where hide and seek was a category, and China actually won the hide and seek category that year. It's since been discontinued, but that's a little known fact. And that's kind of the basis for this movie. With the idea was that, well, if we can have hide and seek championships in the Olympics, could this be the plot of a great horror movie? And so we see the opening shot of a board game. We see a demonic image, and it has to do with the Devil's Gambit. Right? We then see some other board games shown in the opening sequence, and one of those is the Secret Council, the Elite, the Illuminate. Now, this Secret Council is the wealthiest families in the world, obviously, because this plot centers around a family who owns a giant board gaming company, an empire, a dominion of board games. And the youngest of the brothers has found a bride. So she's going to be initiated, they say many times, into the family. This is a completely Illuminate confirmed family. They're at the top of the pyramid. They are a vampiric, in league with generational Satanism family. If you read about the Duke family, you will find stories in Rolling Stone interviews many years ago where the children from the Duke family said that the Duke fortune was in part due to the family's secrets, namely that they were satanic. Now, that's not me saying that. That's what the children of the Duke family have said. And that's Duke University, right? Duke Tobacco and all that. That was in a mainstream Rolling Stone interview. That's not me making that up. That's just one example. What have we seen in the last month? Biggest news story in the world, Epstein. Private islands, the elite, rituals, sex magic, tied into Marinka Abramovich, right? Epstein Abramovich. I know that's not her name, but I'm trying to not flag ye algorithm. And so this opening sequence where we see the flashback to childhood trauma, we notice that the youngest brother is being initiated. He's being brought into the family's inner secrets. And then it flashes forward to the future where the older brother was trying to protect the younger brother. The younger brother's now getting married. So he's going to have to now let his wife in on this secret that the family hunts people. And they do this because it's part of their deal, and that they serve the Dark One, the Dark Lord. The family is concerned, as I said, with gaming, big game hunting. This is the secret that the bride finds out, right? Grace is her name, and she discovers this secret room that they have, sort of like Clue, if you remember Clue. Clue is in Esoteric Hollywood 2, by the way, because it's actually about the Cold War, which, if you didn't know that, get a copy of Esoteric Hollywood 2 at jaysanalysis.com. In the shop, you get signed copies. And so human hunting is essentially a Darwinian exercise, isn't it? Yes, social Darwinism. That's exactly what's going on here. Because the idea of the elite in the real world is that they are at the top of the social Darwinian apex predator scheme, and that therefore they must hunt other humans. Hence the giant agenda that's gone on for many. Well, you could go back to the ancient world, but look at Cold Springs Harbor. Look at the genetics labs. Look at the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute, which deals with the stuff that I'm talking about. Right? These are the most powerful, wealthiest families on the planet. They're all interested in perfecting bloodlines, perfecting genetics, studying genetics to modify, not just to depopulate, but also to fix and perfect their own bloodlines. Bloodlines of the Illuminate. Confirmed. That's what this movie is about. And they tell you this in this movie. Now, how long have I been called crazy? For years. But I wrote 2 books on this. And yet another movie comes out where they're wearing eyes wide shut masks going around hunting people. Right? Go back and watch Surviving the Gang with Ice-T. Cop killer. Now, as the movie progresses, spoiler alert, it's a ritual where they owe Satan a sacrifice. And they even chant during the Black Mass, the Shem HaMephoresh. Right? So this is quite literally out of Satanic Black Mass type rituals. And we see sequences where goats and owls are present, right? And so she even stumbles at one point into the goat room. They have a stable of goats, a giant, vast stable of goats to sacrifice. Presumably during the equinoxes or whatever calendar dates they're supposed to sacrifice their goats on. And that's the family secret. And I just want to stress that once again, in classic esoteric Hollywood fashion, we have a movie telling us what's really going on. This is sort of like Clue meets Eyes Wide Shut meets Shaun of the Dead. If you're looking for film comparisons, imagine all of those smushed into one, and that's what you get with Ready or Not. As a film, it was very entertaining. And again, spoiler alert, the final sequence is telling you that it's not all a joke. It's actually real. I'm not recommending Hostel. Hostel's pretty brutal, pretty intense. But again, I want to stress that when Eli Roth made Hostel 1, and particularly Hostel 2, is more telling because it's actually about the elite, not just in a satanic human trafficking sense, a la Epstein, but also in terms of the cannibal aspect. Now, again, the cannibal aspect was not in this film, but predator-prey relationships, right? The elite perspective, social Darwinism, dominance hierarchies. It's viewed as very real. And when we've seen in the news in the last week, 2 weeks, that Epstein was interested in working in genetics, trying to perfect his own seed, to impregnate a bunch of hoes, to have his own Noah's Ark, Moonraker, Hugo Drax type situation where his seed go into the future. Guess what, folks? It's all real. Movies are more real than the news headlines. And they're telling you this in all the movies that come out. That's why I've been writing books about this. Get your copies of Esoteric Hollywood 1 and 2. Thank you for watching my analysis, my breakdown of Ready or Not. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe below. Click all those clickies. Clickety-clack. Join. You can now join Jay's Analysis YouTube channel directly below in the join button. 3 different tiers if you want to support my work. And, of course, share this with your friends and check out Ready or Not.